I'm standing inside the Dallas Cowboys headquarters in Frisco, Texas, and while it's not exactly where the Big 12 championship game is played, it's close enough. We're in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area, which is exactly where Iowa State fell one game short of their first ever Big 12 championship just 7 months ago. Jeremiah Cooper said that the team drove past the hotel where they stayed back in December, and despite winning 11 games for the first time ever, this program still feels that void and are hungry for more.
If you step into this city and don't feel a kick in the gut, then I think you're full. And, so I think there's one thing that I loved about this team is everybody sprinted back to the facility in January. Nobody moseyed back. And from a coaching staff, from a player standpoint, I think everybody came back with purpose. And, I don't think anybody was satisfied about what was accomplished a year ago.
We won a Big 12 championship, and we want that trophy. We want that ring. And I think understanding that, last year, really wasn't a success in our minds. I think coming back this year, it shows our grit and our determined just to go out there and win.
If you need a lot of motivation from getting whooped in the Big 12 championship on live television, then shoot, I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, that's all the motivation you need right there. I mean, we got embarrassed on live television in front of everybody in the biggest game of our life. So, I mean, we carry that with us, and we use that as motivation.
Campbell mentioned the adversity that his team faced last year, and a lot of that was in the form of injuries. The Cyclones had well over 100 players see the field, which is pretty unheard of. The group that was hit the hardest was the linebackers. Bo Goodwin and Rylan Barnes were true freshman walk-ons out of 8-man football, and they had to learn on the fly. Their lack of experience made life harder for the rest of the defense from a communication standpoint. Now the linebackers are healthy and have as much experience in that room as ever.
I think that group, right, the linebackers, they are the communicators to the defense, right? They're the guys that have to set because they're communicating to the front, and they've also, sometimes you say, well, the safety can do it. Well, the safety, you got to go all the way over to the other side of the field. Like, those linebackers got to be the foundation of communication on your team to be successful. And so that probably at times hurt us as much as anything last year, is maybe not so much the play, but just the communication on defense. And, there were moments that we probably weren't what we've been defensively throughout the season last year, and some of that was communication driven. So now you've got guys that made mistakes, had the ability to dissect those mistakes and can come back ready to go, and got that experience of confidence of like, I know I can do it too when we're right. I think those are big things for us, and I think it'll help our defense. We're always going to be best on defense when all 11 guys know where their help is, they understand what's going on, and have the ability to be in the right place for the betterment of the defense.
Another guy that has plenty of experience is Rocco Becht. He's entering his third year as a starter and doesn't have his two NFL receivers in Jaden Higgins and Jalen Knoll. Rocco said that things are progressing well with Xavier Townsend and Chase Sewell, but in my opinion, it's unfair to expect those guys to be Higgins and Knoll right away. Without 2,000 yards of receiving coming back, Rocco is ready to spread the wealth.
Honestly, I'm in a great spot. I think in our receiver room, we have a lot more depth than we had last year. Having those two guys was great, but now we have a lot of more talent that's able to go out there, and we're able to rotate guys in. And just spread around the ball. And I think last year we were trying to get the ball to those two guys. And I think this year is going to help me out a lot with progressing through my reads and knowing that I have, guys in each spot where I can go out and throw them the ball. And I think that's going to help my game tremendously. And I think Mouse having come back another season, this is going to be my first year having the same OC 2 years in a row. And so, I should be in a good spot, should feel comfortable, having that bond with him, having that connection, being able to tell my opinions. So I'm in a good spot right now.
It's been a fun day talking to Campbell and the players that he brought down to Texas. And of course, that is all possible because of Fareway Meat Grocery. We want to thank them for sponsoring our coverage. We want to thank you for tuning in and listening to Cyclone Fanatic.